my buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash and Dave.
Third person. That's
Third person.
weird.
The way you feel.
What's going on, Giantino, everybody? We have a crazy show to you today, and we're gonna horse around. Just kidding, playing my words there, because we do have some exciting news, because the crazy horse has resigned. But before we get there, Dave is subconsciously facepalming himself because of technical issues before startup. Dave, how are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm all right. I do have a bit of new gear. The camera did not work. As expected. So yeah, sorry, 3 minutes late. It happens sometimes. I hate being late.
I know.
But hopefully I'll apologize for that. But we'll get into it. The two big pieces of news, really. One we kind of knew for a couple days.
We're talking about Timmy W's?
Timmy number one. We got Timmy number one. I'm gonna have to find. Why have I not found that soundbite? How hard do you think it is?
It shouldn't be that hard. It's just South Park. Just Timmy.
See,
I think that's what it is. South Park, right?
Yeah, yeah, I have it. Good thing is that it's just a sound deal. So if nobody knows what we're actually talking about,
Dave's saying 2-hour podcast about front and back wiping.
Oh, is there no audio?
Yeah, you gotta hit play.
I did hit play.
Timmy!
Oh, there you go. Did it work? Did it work?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, play. Timmy! Yeah.
There you go. Okay, we got it. So I'll extract that audio, and
that's going to be on the soundboard because, Dave, you got a soundboard. New swag.
I do. I still have to figure out how that all works. But like I said, new technology. But yeah, so do we want to let's talk about Timmy, because the other stuff I think is more exciting, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about Timmy because it's pretty much done, even though we've called it over the weekend. You know, ironically, I do want to shamelessly plug myself here and say because I think I was talking about it in our Discord about Timmy after the U.S.-Mexico game. Why is this strobing so much? Chill.
You have it on full Tourette's right now, man.
I know. It's ironically when I was doing the whole Timmy. You know what? You're staying one color. There we go. I tried to be fancy. It decided to just absolutely listen to South Park and just go for it. But I do want to say, shamelessly plug, I believe I called it back in the Discord group chat. We got receipts. I said, hey, what if Juve goes after good old Timmy Weah? And everyone's like, he's like a pseudo Cuadrado, yeah. And then like Sunday it happened, and I looked at Dave and I was like, I jinxed it.
You did.
I jinxed it hardcore.
You proclaimed it ahead of time, and here he is. So tomorrow,
Oracle.
Well, I heard, did he actually make it to Torino yet?
No, I think he's flying tomorrow. I think he's flying in tomorrow.
Okay, so he is just coming tomorrow, just doing it all in one bang. I heard initially that he might come. Hold on, yes, it's Tuesday. So yeah, he's coming tomorrow, and his physicals on Thursday.
Yeah, what if we got Kevin outside the Contenasa for Timmy pulling up? We should ask Kevin.
It's in the middle of the week. Hopefully, I mean, the guy does work.
He does. He does. Damn it, I keep forgetting that.
We could ask.
You're like, hey, Kevin, you want to be outside the Contenasa when he does his medical?
I'm in here. Why don't I just message him right now?
We could, yeah. Well, boom, we'll get a Turn Giants exclusive. Go
live on Instagram. No, it's kind of rude just to like text while I'm on camera here, but
whatever.
But at least you guys know I'm doing it live as soon as.
But here's a crazy thing though about the Timmy Weah deal. So allegedly, he is getting $1 million a season for 5 years. That is ridiculously cheap.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all, really.
Is there any way we can find out how much he makes at Lille?
Yeah.
Because I'm really curious what his contract at Lille is. I mean, if he's only making, it's got to be less than $1 million.
I would imagine he probably got a fairly entry level contract.
Oh my
going on there.
goodness. 700,000 a season.
Oh, decent.
That is wild. He only makes 13. So at Lille, he only made 13,000 a week. Well, I'm sitting here like he only made 13,000 a week, you peasant. No, that's wow, that's crazy.
I know. It's I'll take it. I'll take 13 grand a week.
Oh, absolutely.
That fix a lot of issues in life.
Hey, look, thanks to Lille for underpaying their players because we got a deal on that one. That's crazy. 5 years, $1 million a season. That is ridiculous. You've locked him up long term with money. Because the thing is, guys, is if Timmy produces, you're still paying $1 million for him.
Yeah. There you go. Message out to Kevin. See what he says.
I just got the notification in the group chat.
But
yeah, I think that's good business, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, not much when you amortize it, and if you sell him for a profit, if he plays good and you sell him to the Premier League, holy smokes, that's a ridiculous plus Valencia. Like that is kabonkers.
Kabonkers. New words as well. He's made up for this.
I have. Look, I'm happy. It's a great deal, low risk, high reward. I mean, what's more? I mean, guys in the chat, if there's something you don't like about Timmy W, say it, because I got nothing.
Yeah.
And he does
I
back
think it's
way.
decent. Yeah, he does that. He probably does it both ways.
He's super skilled, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a great utility player, great signing, great deal. There's nothing really wrong about it. I mean, I understand the consistency for his fitness level, but you're only paying $1 million a season. Dude makes less than Rugani.
Makes less than pretty
DeCilio.
much
Everybody.
Other than Pinzolio, who makes 300.
Yeah.
The base pay. Minimum wage, 300 grand a year.
That's true. But speaking of some financials, so I looked at some financials. So with Rabiot staying and Kulusevski being sold and some other adjustments, you have already made a plus Valencia of 30 million.
So it seems like pretty decent business so far.
Yeah.
So far. I mean,
Not
lots to go. June 30th is the official start of this whole thing. Like, it hasn't even really started, right?
That's a good question. Did they approve this deal? I don't know. That is a very good question.
You guys are funny. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys are funny.
Shugala. Unfortunately, he's gone to Benfica, from what I've heard. So
has that finalized yet?
I think it's on the. How Di Maria takes like 3.5 months to negotiate a contract.
It's waiting for his wife's approval in this case.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting. So it is with Cuadrado leaving, and then with Rabiot renewing, and then with Kulusevski being sold. Yeah, plus Valencia of 30 million this window so far.
Decent.
That's ridiculously good.
Okay, hold on. I got it.
You got it? Timmy! Let's go.
I'm gonna put that one right to the top. Oh, is it on loop? Okay.
Yeah,
sorry,
you're playing in the loop.
Everyone's like, annoying. I'm sorry. Like, what's going on? At least I didn't blare it this time.
Dave says, nah, I think it's a great deal. Nothing to add, really. Good player, good potential, very versatile, and we may make some money off jersey sales. And then Juventino MC, sounds like a rapper. Says, can you look into his defensive stats, like how often he was dribbled past, tackle percentage? Good question. I'll pull that for you.
Yeah.
I will pull that for you, good sir. The only thing is I wouldn't read too much into those stats because he only played last season as a right back. So he is very, very fresh in the right back.
Yeah, he was converted at Lille. So it's
right,
I mean, he was spoken highly of in that position. That means anything.
I will whip this out for you guys. I just said I was whipping it out for you guys, but just to say that I'm not biasing any stats here, but let's zoom in here. So this is versus fullbacks, Timothy Weah's percentiles. So non-penalty goals, I don't think he scored a penalty goal, so he's not that good. Sorry, boom, deal breaker, sell him. Non-penalty X goals against. It says here he's on as far as defensive stats, he's in the 94th percentile and not converting or not providing penalties. Total shot containment, 1.54 in the 97th percentile, the high percentile there. Assists, average. X assists, below average. NPXGs and assists overall, kind of, again, average. Shot creating actions, average. Passes attempted, about 50%. So not anything too crazy. His pass completion is 82%. Progressive passes, 61%. Progressive carries, 91%. So him dribbling has been solid. Successful take-ons, 73 percentile, which is
Okay.
it's okay. It's not bad. He's
It's
beating
good.
people. Touches,
I mean,
good. Progressive passes, 96 percentile. This thing I think Allegri can improve on with him.
yeah, and that was
Tackles,
sort of one of the caveats was his
yeah.
defensive game has to
Yeah,
really be improved.
his tackles, his blocks, and his clearances need to improve. Offensively, not bad for 10 million. Not bad. I'm gonna
No.
assume it's 10 plus 2 bonuses instead of the flat 12 everyone's saying. But moving forward, not bad.
Could I
Defensively,
just
you need some work. You need some work.
point out, because you mentioned that he was just kind of like a Cuadrado.
Yeah.
So if you look at those similar players to the right there, number 4, Juan Cuadrado.
Well, let's compare them.
Just found it interesting that Football Reference also considers them similar. So you're essentially getting rid of the Cuadrado that's at the end of his career and getting the one that's at the beginning of his career. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be very similar, as in one was good but worn out, and one isn't quite great yet, needs to get there.
So, looking at this, so passes wise, so kind of close. So overall passing statistics. Timothy Weah has attempted 1,000 passes, completed 824. Juan Cuadrado attempted 1,323, completed 1,100. Both of them roughly around the 82, 84%. That's negligible, plus or minus 2%. That's very similar. Short passing game. So back pass FC here. 520 for Cuadrado to the 466 for Timothy Weah, and they have completed roughly about 89 to 90%. So they're similar there. Looking at the medium game, so medium distance passes, Cuadrado attempted 526, completed 460. Timmy Weah did 378, completed 328, so 86.8 to 87.5, plus or minus 1% variation, pretty close. This one, the next one, this one's probably the biggest separator between the two. Long distance passing. 93. Timmy Weah has done 93 of them, completed 53 of them. Cuadrado did 231, completed 170. So, yeah, that's going to be probably the main difference here, 57 to 73%. So, long passing means cross attempts, yeah, or even long back passes to goalkeepers. But, and then, yeah, it's one of those things there as well. But when you look at assists, Timmy's done 2, Cuadrado's done 3 assists this season. So really roughly similar. And then again here, expected assists, they're quite close to each other. I think really the only thing that's a bit different is progressive passes. So here, if you guys see it, it says progressive pass, completed pass that moves the ball towards the opponent's goal line at least 10 yards from its furthest point in the last 6 passes, or any completed pass into the penalty area excludes pass from defending 40% of the pitch. So Cuadrado's had a little bit more, but that's more so Cuadrado just heaving the ball into the box and crossing more than Timmy Weah.
Crossing, inshallah.
Yeah. So this one, so to give you guys more context here, passes completed, the long passes, is anything more than 30 yards. So Timmy hasn't really been doing too many long distance crossing, whereas Cuadrado has. So again, I think it's more so he has a dribble mentality. So if we move down here, look at pass types. So live ball passes, pretty close if you look at it, 1,100 to 900, kind of similar. Dead ball passes includes free kicks, corner kicks, throw-ins, and goal kicks. Obviously, this number's lopsided because Cuadrado takes a lot of the dead balls, or Weah takes some of them. Free kicks, Weah's taken 12, Cuadrado 29. Crosses, 83 to 51 in favor of Cuadrado. Throw-ins taken, 128 to 85. And then corner kicks, 36-1. So Timmy Weah does not take that many corner kicks. And I don't think he would with Juve, to be honest with you.
Which is fine. I mean, there's other people to do that role. It doesn't have to be the guy.
So, looking at defensive capabilities. So, tackles, Cuadrado more tackles than Timmy Weah. Tackles 1. So, Timmy's done 24 tackles, won 14 of them. Cuadrado's done 50 tackles, won 34 of them. Relatively, if you're looking at it from statistics, they're relatively similar. Cuadrado has most of his tackles have been in the defensive third, with 34 of them out of his 50. And then Timmy did 13 tackles in the defensive third, 9 in the middle third, 2 in the attacking third. Cuadrado 13 in the middle third, 3 in the attacking third. So challenges. So dribblers tackled and dribbles challenged. So Timmy Weah has attempted to challenge 29 dribblers. He has won 16 of them. Cuadrado has attempted to challenge 65 of them, has only won 27 of them. So Timmy Weah actually gets the nod here as far as dribbles tackled. So he's got a 55% success rate to Cuadrado's 41% success rate. We can get in really, if we wanted to look at blocks, shot blocks or pass blocks. So Timmy Weah actually beats Cuadrado in block shots and block passes last season. So Timmy had 17 to Cuadrado's 15 block shots or blocks overall, and then block passes 14-13 in favor of Timmy. And same thing with block shots, 3-2. So Timmy actually beats him in the defensive phase for the most part. Looking at it, possession, because this is going to be something that a lot of folks are very curious to see, and I am curious as well. So live reaction, guys. I didn't want to pregame on this because you get to see me be like, whoa.
You can tell the engineer's getting excited because he's looking at spreadsheets.
Love it. Spreadsheets and numbers. Let's go. So touches. Cuadrado has 400 more touches than Timmy Weah. Touches in the defensive area. Cuadrado has 20 more than Timothy Weah has here. Overall, Cuadrado has more touches than Timmy Weah in the entire span of the pitch. Obviously, in per minute 90, Cuadrado has 23.41 to Timmy Weah's 19.4. So obviously, Cuadrado's got a lot more game time. But let's look at take-ons, because this is what everyone was complaining about Cuadrado's finished legs in a sense. So Cuadrado had 59 attempts to take a dribbler on or to take a defender on. Cuadrado won 25 of them. That is a conversion rate of 42%. Timmy Weah, 37 attempts, 20 wins, conversion rate of 54%, which is nearly 12% better as far as dribbling goes. The percentage that they were tackled, roughly about 35 to 37%. So they're roughly similar when it comes to being tackled. So relatively, players are slide tackling them to try to stop them, which is similar to both of their play styles. Carries. So looking at carries, Cuadrado carried the ball a lot more than Timmy Weah, 914 to 878. Total distance with the ball. Timmy Weah runs laps on Cuadrado here. Almost 1,000, I believe it's 1,000 more yards. So Timmy Weah has carried the ball for nearly 5,600 yards versus Cuadrado's 4,700 yards. So Timmy Weah is on the ball a lot. This is progressive carrying distance, so positive carrying, 2,724 for Weah, 2,541 for Cuadrado. So Timmy Weah beats him on the progressive carries last season. More so, this is in the at least 10 yards towards the opponent's goal line. Timmy Weah has 69 to Cuadrado's 48. So these are positive dribbles within the 10-yard and nearby. And then the 1/3 carries into the final third. Timmy Weah's got 48 to Cuadrado's 35. Carries into the penalty box. Cuadrado's got more carries than Timmy Weah there. Miscontrols, number of missed balls or failed attempts to gain control of the ball. Cuadrado has 35 to Timmy Weah's 24. So Timmy Weah is a lot more secure on the ball. And then dispossessed, Cuadrado is dispossessed more than Timmy Weah from 14 to 10.
He dispossesses himself. And the big numbers too as well, just in that playing time, is about 300-hour difference. Just over 300 hours. So that in favor of Cuadrado as well. So, I mean, positive numbers with less time could go either way. I guess you can interpret that either way. But the fact is, I mean, that's still pretty good for a 23-year-old. 1748. I think that's good for his development. The real question now, though, is who else at right back? Because Cuadrado, it looks it's pretty much all but done that he's leaving. He's done.
Yeah.
Like he's gone.
Yeah.
So we need another right back.
We do.
Who now? We just like really deep dove on. I didn't expect to go into like the nitty gritty on the Weah stats, but now that we have, who can afford that we put in to just be the number one? Because I don't think Weah is the number one.
I don't think he is. I think he has to grow into the number one.
So I think we mentioned a few names before. Odriozola, I think, came up again recently. You got Vasquez, Singo. I haven't heard much about Singo though.
You know, the thing is like it's interesting that you're saying that because like outside of Parisi, I haven't heard anything else that the club's like so like legitimately going for.
What? Okay, and I just thought of this today as well because I was thinking about this. What's the chances that Pellegrini comes back as well?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think he should. I think we will eventually sell him to Lazio. I don't think we can really risk not cashing in while we still can. Okay, David really likes Singo as well. So there's lots of love for Singo coming in from Torino. I think he's the best luck. I really wonder if it's like, okay, we get Weah, we have to jump on this situation right now while we can before things really start heating up. And then from here on out, do we start hearing more names? What's the other one? Castagne, Chestnuts. That's the other one we hear a lot about. Nobody seems to like him, though. Like, nobody has said anything good about him. But he seems to be the number one that might be coming in.
You know, ironically, if you look at his percentile stats, and it's kind of weird, even though he didn't have the best season. Timmy Chestnuts defensively is actually like in the top percentiles defensively.
Maybe that's why we're looking at him then.
I mean, yeah, I think Chestnuts is good defensively, but offensively, you can clearly see that he's you know. So Timmy Chestnuts is his comparison is Matteo Darmian. That's his most Serie A, because again, most of us are Serie A folks. Cesar Spilicueta, Lucas Digne.
There's some decent names up there.
Yeah, Hans Hatzebauer. That's like decent middle of the park right backs. And then if I look at Singo,
but most right backs are kind of just middle of the park, and if they're not, they cost an absurd amount.
So the reason why I'm kind of looking like we're not going towards Wilfred here is his defensive stats are kind of similar to Weah's. So it's like you're almost signing the same player.
So Cambiasso, possible right back.
He could.
It's still, you have two really young guys. And who's your number one? I've heard Cambiasso might even go on another loan as well. I
don't know about
that. I don't know. It's and that's the thing. We're not trying to come at you guys and saying this is the answer. This is what's happening. We're posing the question to you guys. So like come back with what you think as well. We're really just in like real time trying to hash out the situation because it really is not clear at this point. And I know Colin, if he's here, he'd come in and say, we have no spine, we have no direction. Is that true? Or is the situation just that foobard?
It's a little bit of both, but you know, if you look at Singo, he has actually some interesting comparisons. So you have Emil Holm, which everyone's like freaking out about. Teo Hernandez, Spinazzola, Dumfries. So similar players as far as style goes, but I wonder if I type in. So let's look at Weah's again. Weah. Dog. So he's got Jonathan Klaus, Cuadrado, Teo Hernandez. His best comparison is Teo Hernandez. So that's what they're saying here. So interesting.
He's got, I think, overall probably some nicer names, like a more complete list.
Who, Weah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of people who
because Zappacosta is pretty solid as well.
Tavares as well is decent. Again, I'm not saying these guys are world beaters, but Mealy, we've been linked with him before as well.
Yeah,
Hernandez is
up
I don't know,
there.
going to be playing probably for a very big team soon.
He just said Milan's small. That's funny.
I said a very big team. I didn't say Milan was small. I just said they'd be playing for a very big team, like one of the Spanish, or you know what I'm saying. He's probably leaving.
Yeah,
he's gone. I'd be surprised, honestly, if he stays. We'll see. Really, I haven't been paying too much attention to Milan outside of what happened there not too long ago with Maldini leaving, and so it's already escaping me. Who left them?
Jeez, why is this website just like
your website? I don't know. Shut her down. You're all janky.
Yeah, that's super weird.
So Castagna defensive stats could be inflated due to Leicester having less possession.
I mean, that's kind of similar to how we play, right? Little to no possession.
Yeah, and that's the thing with stats is it's a reference.
It is. It's just to give us a ballpark estimation, because like the thing is like you look at it statistically, Weah's kind of like average or below average. It's the same thing with Teo. Like people are like, I don't think Teo Hernandez is going to be anything, and then he comes in 2 or 3 seasons later and becomes one of the best light backs.
He's a light back.
He's a light back.
I guess that is sort of a thing, light back, because they're small, kind of light, agile. Yeah. The light backs.
The thing is to be honest with you guys, like fullbacks, like as long as they have mobility and they can get up and down the field and move the ball, I wouldn't worry too much, because once they start playing, once they start getting used to it, you start really seeing them shine. Because I mean, like that's the same thing with, like, for example, with Hernandez, even with Hakimi, because like a lot of people are kind of like, Hakimi is essentially, Hakimi and Hernandez are both Real rejects in theory, and they moved on and they lit it up. But I don't know. I think you give Weah some time, a little bit of not too much pressure, let him develop, let him grow, and he'll grow into it. And something interesting was I was looking at Andrea Cambiaso, and his highest comparison is Juan Cuadrado. His player comparison is Juan Cuadrado.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so you have essentially Cambiaso and Weah that in theory fill the Juan Cuadrado role. And then he's also similar to Dodo from Fiorentina. So I know a lot of people love Dodo. So boom, Cambiaso is your guy there.
So we've posed more questions than we've really answered, but we do know for sure at least that Timothy Weah, and I say for sure, it's all but done as well, right? He's got to do the physical.
We got the here we go.
We got the here we go. He has to do the physical. There's a couple, probably legal papers to sign and whatnot, but he's coming. Weah's coming. And we don't really know what else is happening. So we will stay on top of that. You guys, of course, let us know what you think. The fullback position, left, right, anywhere, really, because it's still quite a mess. We've known that for years. Looks like we're finally doing something about it. We didn't mention, and we should, Sandro is probably going to get bought out, if not offered a contract from Saudi Arabia. I heard 20 mil.
They're paying us 20 mil?
No, paying him 20
mil.
Oh. Paying him 20 mil. In which case, Sandro would release himself from the contract, right? We wouldn't pay out. We would just not pay the $7 million for the season and say, Al Hilal, whoever, here, go pay this guy 20 mil.
Huh.
Again, the Saudi news could be good, could be bad, or
sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
That's the news coming out of Saudi Arabia these days, right? So you never know. Sandro might be gone, but that's our fullback situation as we know it. So the other big news today, we don't want to dwell too. I mean, we waited half an hour to get to the.
I know.
Nail.
We're giving people what they wanted. People wanted stats. We gave them stats. We
got the stats. Okay. Now, first I have to address, I suppose, the thumbnail. And I went with the really corny. Yes, it's corny. It's so bad.
Hey,
have you guys been on social media today? All the horse.
Did you see the Juventus official announcement with I thought it was a Mustang commercial. I thought apparently they formed a brand partnership with Ford.
It is so cringy. So I more so did the thumbnail as a joke, kind of poking fun at how absurd this horse reference. I get the horse reference. I understand, but
Was that before Caroline mentioned it on Twitch that everyone
it
started
must.
calling him the
I
horse?
think it's a thing in France.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a French Juve deal.
Because
Right?
it's like I feel like I saw it more once Caroline kept consistently saying it in our Twitch stream.
Yeah, but she's French, or it's Corlin.
Corlin.
Come on, Corlin.
Corlin.
You can say the N a little bit. But anyways, yeah, that's the first I really heard onto it.
I see what you did there. Reina.
Oh, I actually, that's funny. I didn't think about that at all.
I
But yeah, you can
totally
put an
did.
N in Reina, so it's
can't
not
put an N.
Rhea.
Yeah, so I don't trigger people.
Yeah, that really triggered a dude that you called Reina Rhea. But I mean, whatever. Moving on. So we're talking about no other than Adrian Rabiot. Details have not completely surfaced yet, but there's some projected numbers.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to sit there and say he was like, I do not want to play for Manchester United because screw those guys.
How much do you think he was offered from Man U?
I think he was offered, because here's the thing. So from what I heard is I think he was offered like 10 million gross. But the issue is he wouldn't get 10 million net. And I think Veronica wanted 10 million net. So Man United would have to offer him like 13, 14 million a season for him to like hit that with the taxes. So like everyone's like, nah, you ain't that kind of dude. Cause like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like paying 14, 15 million for Rabiot is absolutely bonkers.
That is a bit much. I can see with the season he just had, his physicality in the right team, 10 million isn't completely absurd. It's a lot, but it's not completely absurd. But 13, 14, it's no, go screw yourself. That's way too much.
It's one of those things where it's like, I love like Rabiot's a great player, but like, would he honestly start in Man City's midfield? Or like Real, maybe Real Madrid.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because those are the players that are making 14, 15 million a season.
Yeah, and that's a really good point because Rabiot is pretty much a confirmed starter week in, week out. Like 2 games, 3 games a week, it doesn't matter. He's probably going to start.
Yeah, well, I mean,
why
he's
would you not want that?
Yeah, and the thing is I think the deal is smart on Juve's part because we get another season of contract year Rabiot.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's still a contract year Rabiot. It's brilliant.
It is.
And you said that. Just keep on signing him for 1 year
extensions. Just keep for the rest of his career, 1 year extensions. But the thing that makes it just a little bit more interesting for me is, and I kind of said it to you back then, I'm like, does nobody want this dude? Like, does nobody want him? Because if he was gone, if he was going to get signed, this dude would have been signed in the end of May. For first 2 weeks of June, like, hey, I'm out. See you later. Adios. But it didn't. I think he tested free agency and he was just kind of like, because the thing is Rabiot wants to play. That's one thing about Rabiot is he wants to be on the field, unless he's gotten, red card suspensions or anything like that. So I'm sure like, Real Madrid or some other teams gave him offers, but it would just be more of a bench role unless like he would get the 10 million that he wanted, maybe, but would be more so as a utility player or a bench player. But the one thing I'm a little bit confused with is how PSG didn't offer him anything. That's the one thing I'm a little bit perplexed
on.
They
need to? Why? I guess the question
they need
why.
midfield. PSG needs midfielders.
Is there bad blood then?
Might be.
That's another question.
But, it's a good move. And allegedly by Romeo Agressi this morning, he tweeted, he said, Juve can still go for SMS even though that they re-signed Rabiot.
Yeah, and we'll touch on that first. I just want to go back to PSG and not so much PSG, but the point of Rabiot being a specific type of midfielder. He doesn't have the finishing touch so much. Not the best passer, not the best shooter. He's more of a physical presence in the midfield, an engine, a stalwart that's always there just to play week in, week out. I don't know if that's a PSG type of player or a Manchester United type of player, right? They're looking for something a little more flashy. Whereas with Juve, we don't want something more flashy right now. Specifically right now, we need a stalwart. We need some sort of veterancy in the midfield. SMS is not for sure by any means. It's still very much speculation. So as the midfield stands right now, you have Pogba. Who knows? And that's really the problem, just who knows. Okay, so let's assume, for this argument, Pogba isn't around, or at least he's not getting regular minutes. Your player now, outside of Rabiot, with the most experience is Locatelli.
Mm-hmm.
And there lies the problem. Because you're going to have, it's going to be a 24-year-old Fajoli at that point, right? But Rovella, same thing, 24. I think he's going to be all like 25 years and less. Goes down from 25 years old, right? So you still need, 28 years. Rabiot's right in his prime.
He is. No, he is. He is professionally in his prime.
So from that angle, it's almost as perfect that you have a prime midfielder that has a lot of experience, has been with the team for years with the coach, that like knows and respects him, fits into the system. Is he the best midfielder? Is he the most economical midfielder? You can argue because, we don't have to buy another one, but
I would say yes, more so on the fact that he plays 47 games a season.
Yeah, and okay, maybe not the strongest argument, but there's still an argument there, right? You're still paying this guy $7 million a season.
Look, I understand that, but like, here's the thing, man. Like, players' best statistic is availability.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that is hands down one of the most important statistics you can have as a professional. If you're on the field, you're on the field. Like, for example, if Pogba at Man United was able to be on the field 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I think hands down he would have been the greatest midfielder of all time. Hands down, if the guy was healthy. But again, it's not there, and that's wherein lies the problem, because I think availability. You have the availability as a foundation. Outside of all of our other middle fielders, out of our midfield, Locatelli is probably the closest one to have Rabiot's availability. But even then, Rabiot's availability trumps Locatelli's. Because like the thing is like Loca, as much as we love Loca kind of yoink with Rabiot. So remember the argument where I said Danilo's your consistent 7? You might have a 3 game, you might have a 10 game from Danilo.
Yeah, that's Rabiot.
Rabiot's the same thing. He's the same thing.
And you need that. That gives you so much stability.
Yeah.
And now Mariam coming in. How's it going? She's saying, "Hi guys, Rabiot Platini's renewal is another confirmation of Allegri staying," and that is that's definitely a point I think needs to be brought up. So thank you, Mariam, for bringing that up. Allegri and Rabiot, they're a thing. They're totally a thing. And this Rabiot signing is an Allegri signing.
Rabiot's the secret child of Veronica and Allegri. Like that, it's got to be it.
Maybe. But yes, Meriden, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and she also follows up, for me, bringing SMS now means Fajoli and Ravella won't play as much. We'd be back to the same problem we had, too many midfielders. Yeah. The thing is like Fajoli and Ravella, especially Ravella, is injury prone. So you'll have 2 injury prone
No,
players.
I cannot
talk today. Prone. I cannot talk.
I know. I stumbled my last sentence too. It's
holy
fun.
Smokes! It's the smoke from the wildfires.
Oh, you're still getting that too.
Oh my goodness, dude! I can't even see outside right now. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah,
thanks, Dave.
Jeez, those are the French. That's not from me.
They heard Rabiot got renewed and they absolutely just lit it up over there.
The French love to light things on fire, by the way.
Clearly. So I think you and I are on board with SMS, where it's like, I don't see us making a move for him now unless we have like an absolute ridiculous like exodus of midfielders. The only way I see us is we try to poach him for free in January.
Rovella might be the one included. that changes things. And I know a lot of people will just like start yelling and like, no, you cannot lose Rovella.
Can we have a discussion on that? Would it be a bad idea? Because here's the thing: if Allegri's not playing with a Regista, then what's the point of having Rovella?
And you're saying he's injury prone. Okay, so here's where I'm hung up. Is SMS now is getting to that point, and okay, so he's from the Balkans, so he's probably not really declining just yet.
Yeah, he's got that Modric genetics.
Yeah, so but he's on the later part of his career, right? Rovella is very coveted. If every team wants this guy, there's a reason they want this guy. It makes me wary. That being said, we haven't seen Rovella put really any minutes in a Juve jersey, right? We do not know exactly how he's going to slot in with the system. You can argue that with SMS, sure, but
yeah,
SMS is very proven.
But yeah, and also SMS is 28 years old.
So we got to think he's going to be 29, right? Like you got to
29 in February.
He's going to turn 29. Not bad in February. Okay, so yeah, that gives him another half season at 28. That's not too bad.
So it's
I mean, and that's another prime. Yeah, that's prime. He's prime.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. It's such a because like would you do it? Would you trade Rovella and some cash for SMS?
How much is Rovella worth? And I think that's another question to pose: is how much would you sell Rovella for? I think as biased Juve fans would throw down 30. I don't know if that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
because
speaking
like, for example,
for Juve fans here, but
last season. So, and here's his matches played. So in the last since 2017 till now, he's played 35, 31, 37, 32, 37, 36 matches in Serie A. So that's
this is Rovella or SMS?
No, that's SMS.
SMS, okay. And that doesn't include European stuff.
No, and that's not including Champions League or anything. It's just straight Serie A. The dude's again, he's an Iron Man, and then if you look at his stats from 17 until now, 2017, 12 goals, 4 assists. 2018, 2019, 5 and 3, dipped about. 2019 to 2020, 7 and 4. 2020 to 2021, 8 and 9. 2021 to 2022, 11 goals, 10 assists. Last season, 9 goals, 8 assists. That's really good.
It's
as a center midfielder.
Very consistent. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's. I hate it. I hate being this guy, but I'm sorry, folks. If they're asking for Rovella, I give it to them.
It goes against the whole idea of the rebuild, though. But you're still, I mean,
you still have him for 5 years. You have Sergei Milinkovic-Savic solid for at least 5 years.
Yeah, if you can lock him in for a 5-year contract, that's actually
5 years, $4 million from what I saw.
It's not bad. I mean, we've talked about this already and how we're kind of divided. And each time we kind of we sway, right?
Yeah. No, and that's kind of the thing too. Like folks in the chat, throw in some feedback as well, because it's like 33 years old. Like, I mean, I don't think that's retirement for SMS. You get him now, 28 to 33 years old. You have at least 5 good years, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'd say. Yusuf's saying though, I think we need some more creativity at the moment. It's more physical.
But that's what SMS.
He is very physical still. I'd say he would offer a bit of creativity with that. He's not like an all-out creative player. That's supposed to be Pogba, if he's healthy. Questions?
Because I don't think this, and David's hitting it on the thing. He says it doesn't go against the rebuild if you go for a known commodity as a centerpiece.
Oh, coming in with some stats or not stats, facts. Sorry, it doesn't go against the rebuild if you go for a known commodity as a centerpiece. I like how he used a K for commodity. I'm gonna chop that up to him being German. He's going with the KK alliteration.
Because let's sit here and be honest, folks. We have 3 midfielders that we're hoping span out: Locatelli, Miretti, and Fagioli. Those are our 3. We hope that they become amazing. Why add a fourth?
Now, Marion poses another question. Another head scratcher. Sorry. Would you sell Moretti over Rovella?
No. Moretti has a higher ceiling.
That's hard. Rovella is ready to go right now. So if you need a guy right now, you keep him. You would keep him if you don't buy SMS.
So here is similar players to Rovella. Leonardo Paredes, Marcelo Brozovic, Douglas Luis, Daniel Pareo, Tony Cruz, Enzo Fernandez, Joshua Kimmich, Vitinha, Mateo Kovacic, and Nabil Bentelbi.
Coutinho, there's another name going to Saudi Arabia.
Coutinho? Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He's 21 years old. My only issue is, so if I look at his play, so if we look at the last few seasons, so if we look at 2020, 2023, with Monza, he's only played 25 matches. If you look at Genoa, he's only played 21. In the previous 2 seasons with Genoa, he's only played 20 and 21 matches respectively. And out of those matches, so last season with Monza, he played 25, only started at 21. He played 21 with Genoa, started only 16. So it's one of those things where, in my opinion, you need a centerpiece that's going to be able to give you 30 plus games a season. I'm only concerned whether or not he'll be able to do that.
So David is saying I would keep Moretti all day.
Yeah, I would too.
Again, it's situational. So if you buy SMS right now, and I think as we talk this out, talking about Rovella, Moretti, if you put Rovella in the deal for SMS, obviously you keep Moretti, and I think that works out.
Yeah.
But if you don't get an SMS, you most likely are loaning out Moretti. You kind of need Rovella in that lineup at this point.
Exactly, because you can't have 4 developmental pieces in your roster in one position.
Now, this was my the theory I came up with last week. We don't get SMS right now. We get him in January for super cheap. And then maybe we talk about putting Rovella in to sweeten the pot. Maybe he gets some value playing for another 6 months with Juve. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot could happen. I almost think that they're going to play this one out a little bit. See if there's any real competition for SMS. Because if there isn't, they can wait till January. However, another team comes in and they're sniffing real hard, looking at SMS. Maybe then you do have to make the jump and just put the money down for SMS. However, what was the last player we just jumped on because we had the fear of missing out? Vlahovic.
Yeah, but Sergey has been more consistent than Dusan.
But you don't want to.
No, I get
fall
it.
into that trap. I
get it. No. I 100% believe you, and I got you. But like, the thing is Dusan had 6 months in a pan, where Sergey's had almost 6 years.
No, that's true. I'm just saying you don't want to just make rash decisions because of FOMO.
Yeah, of course. Dave's saying, yeah, but Locatelli's position, that's Loca's position with us. Like, when and how would Ravella play even? Loca set, Rabiot set, Fagioli set, and if we get SMS, he's set. If Pogba's set, it's then. So here's my thing, David. Healthy Pogba. Let's put that into the perspective. If you get SMS, your midfield 3 is going to be Rabiot, Pogba, and SMS. Loca does not play. He does not beat any of those guys.
He comes off the bench.
He comes off,
which I think might be really good for him because he's been overused. In my opinion.
So. I don't see it. And then again, Locatelli is your 4. Then Fagioli is your 5. Then it's going to be between Moretti and Rovella as your 6. So it's going to be, I don't know, unless Allegri switches to a diamond formation and then everyone will lose their mind. But
4-4-2.
Yeah,
I don't know if we want one of those.
I don't see it being possible.
That goes back. Here's a segue. That goes back to the Pirlo era, who just got a 2-year deal with Sampdoria.
That's funny.
That's the Pirlo interjection.
I thought I thought everyone was saying that Pirlo is like the greatest coach of all time.
A lot of good things started in Sampdoria. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's an interesting situation to have. I mean, of course, none of this is possible if we don't sell Big Z, McKennie, and Artur. But I don't know. I'm perplexed.
Oh, it's a difficult one, and we're just gonna take this one day at a time. Again, June 30th is when it actually all opens up. It's 27th, so 3 days. 3 days from now, and we'll see. That's the midfield. So Jeff is saying SMS is greater than Rabiot. I think so, but I don't think that's really the point right now. Like we got Rabiot because he's costing us about 7 mil, and we don't have to fill in that slot. If we got SMS, and that's the thing, Rabiot, SMS, Pogba for a team not playing in Europe. What a midfield!
I know. Makes you title contenders right away.
I thought about this, Yusuf. Can we make a mock lineup with how we might look? I think it's a little premature though. Like I know the newspapers do it. Like, oh, these are the rumors. Let's throw these guys into the lineup. I mean, we could. However, I think it's going to look different next week.
Yeah, it's going to look odd. I can draft.
Yeah, Dash will draft that up. We'll get through a couple more of these comments here. Loka, Rabiot, and Sergey. Because Pog is always injured. And yes, we have to consider that. There are going to be injuries. That's still not a bad midfield.
No.
I would assume Allegri is keeping Loka as the defensive midfielder. I would rather have, I don't know if this is really in Allegri's books, but have the two center midfielders and Pogba as an attacking midfielder. That's very FIFA though.
So
that's how you have it. Okay.
This is the mock. I have it as a 4-3-3. So this is what I threw up. This is the big question mark. We don't know who the hell the right winger is going to be because we don't have one. So then I'm more inclined to think that we're going to probably do something like this where we shift over.
Sandro's going to be gone though. That's a placeholder.
It's a placeholder. Or you know what? I'll make it better where I do this. Swap it out. Frankie will love this. So we'll assume that this is, I forgot Kostic's numbers. It's 17. So say that we're playing 3-5-2. In theory, this is what it's going to look like. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Danilo is your left center back. Bremer is your center. Gatti is the right. Your midfield three of Rabiot, Pogba, SMS, Weah, Kostic, Chiesa, Dusan. It's solid. But then some of you folks saying that Loka could get injured. So let's do this. So then this would shift like this. Loka plays behind these two. But to be honest with you guys, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be a little bit more fancy and say Loka and SMS switch positions. I think they have SMS dictate play through the middle, and they'll have Loka and Rabiot both push forward. That's what it looks like to me if we were to go off of this. But right now, this is just a mock 3-5-2 of what we could potentially line up next season. I don't know. It's a little bit. This is what I'm thinking. Personally, this is a lot stronger if you're running SMS there versus Ravella. But it'd be interesting if we could play 4 out of the back. I don't know for sure. If we're playing 4 out of the back, Kostic is gone. Because I don't see him, unless he converts into a winger, I just don't see Kostic making it through. Jeff saying, if we play Conference League, we'll buy SMS. Gompachero says, nah, we full ban us.
It might be a 2-year.
Yeah, LJJ says, do you guys think Bremer will be sold if they receive a good offer? Anything above 70 million? See you later, Bremer. That's what I think is going to be the case.
Okay, hold on. That's a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole. We gotta let's get back to that in a bit.
Yep. And then David saying, I don't know if this is a hot take, but we should try to get Pogba to Saudi or something and play Loka because he is fit. Rather count on that. Jeff saying, honestly, SMS, Pogba gets injured. Gumpatro says, or you put Chico on the right and you mean Chiesa? And then Kostic on the left.
Chico, that
I think he meant to
sounds
say Chiesa, spell correct.
Chico. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking.
Jeff saying Gatti. Jeff saying, God, I hope we play with 4 at the back. And then Marian saying, our key is to know the formation for next season is if we get fullbacks. I wish we could go towards a 4-3-3, especially unlock Chiesa as a winger.
We all really want that, I think. I don't know if we're getting it. I wished all season for it. Didn't get it. So I really do hope if we get the right pieces, it could happen. So this is where we'll come back down to Bremer. And yes, he might be sold. There's offers coming through. Good offers. I heard even upwards to $80 million. And at $80 million, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. I think that's a little high, personally. I don't know how true that's going to be. But it might make sense. So we paid 50. If you get, let's say 70,
Oh. He was like mid-sentence and we lost him. All right.
I'm gonna have to get a better browser. I don't know. It just gives up once in a while. I formatted my computer on the weekend as well, so it's not the computer. It's definitely the browser. But anyways, you paid for Bremer. You get 70. That's 20 mil. You go and get Pau Torres, let's say, for $40 million. You still coming out ahead. You move him to a 4-3-3. That is very plausible and is not the worst situation, I don't think, in my opinion. And it lets us do the 4-3-3. That alone could be worth it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, Jeff, yeah, agrees. Fourth back if Bremer leaves. If Bremer leaves, you sell Kostic as well, by the way. You would have to get rid of him. Or Elling or one of them or both. I mean, this is turning into a pretty heavy rebuild at that point, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's something that you're onto there, Dash. You think of more as a 10?
I do. Problem is Chiesa won't adapt his play style. Chiesa's kind of a one-trick pony. That's the fault of Chiesa.
Okay, so Frank's saying, all right, I've been listening, not much talking because I've been doing something, but I kind of want to keep Zach.
Been masturbating
to our voices. Zach, why do you want to keep Zach? He's probably going to leave. Something actually just popped up my phone as we were going live. Let's see what that was, because it was about Zach. Just a quick interlude here. Oh, man, I missed a lot of news. Okay, it's silly season, guys. Okay, and of course, now I'm not seeing anything about Zach, but here it is. Okay, West Ham are currently leading the race to try to sign Dennis Icardia from Juventus, offered $15 million. Lens and Bournemouth are also interested in the Swiss midfielder, who is not in Juve's plans, from Nicolo Schira. So why Zach, Frankie? Why? I don't know.
He would be a center back option, technically. That's what he was saying. And he says I was actually playing Valorant.
Why don't you play a good game? Jeez, fuck. Okay. Jeff would take Bremer for 65 plus. Yeah, even there. So 65 plus. It's a little low, but you're still making money. I mean, 15 mil after a season isn't that bad, honestly.
So if anyone wants to, continue saying that Bayern Munich lowballs only Juve, so I have breaking news. FC Bayern submitted a bid for Harry Kane, the fixed fee at 70 million plus bonuses. So they offered 60 for Dusan, and they're only offering 70 for Kane. And I think Kane's a way better striker than Dusan is. So hey, look, they lowballed.
I still don't think Kane's worth much more than 70, but I mean,
he's been consistent. I think he's more consistent.
Oh, he's consistent, but he's got the premier tax on him, right?
See, that's why nobody's going for Dusan. That's why, because they're trying to get Kane and the other strikers. Dusan's like last on it. Because I was wondering, I'm like, where's the market for Dusan that everybody keeps telling me for?
Kane, I mean, I'm surprised Kane hasn't been sold yet. I mean, year after year.
Tottenham's like, hey, you're gonna stay here and you're gonna suffer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's amazing. And now, well, he's not going to City anymore because they got Holland, and that worked out very well for them.
They did.
Bring us back, Lord Berna. So Toronto actually just fired their coach finally. They haven't. I don't know if you guys have watched the Ted Lasso where they start the season with 8 ties. It was worse than that. It's just they couldn't win a game. They would mostly tie games and then lose some. It's been bad. I think if that continues under the new management, Berna might be coming back to Europe. We'll find out. I'll keep you informed. Bones coming in. Not Illing. Like, don't sell Illing. He doesn't want to sell Illing. Sorry. He might be sold. Everyone might be sold. I can pick a name on this team. He might be sold. Just don't pick Julia Grosso. She's not leaving ever. Okay, so David coming in. If a big offer from Bremer comes in, it may force us to go back to 4. Yeah, okay. Same thing. Because you won't go for a center back anymore that ties you to a specific defensive line. Yes, I think that's the Achilles heel with Bremer. Yeah, Zach. Okay, that's going back to Zach as a center back option. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're playing with your brother. I hope he is your younger brother.
So weird.
Better be your younger brother.
Better be playing video games, not playing other things.
Yeah, and Frank is saying Kane got the English tax.
And then our good friend is saying you can't be a one-trick pony at Juve and look at Dusan where you can only do 1 or 2 things really well, and other teams will set up to stop you. And it's facts. It is 100% facts.
Yeah,
he's got to do more than just one thing.
You need more tools in the tool chest.
Yep. And then Marian saying at the end, Dusan will stay because no one wants to pay that 80 million because he is not worth that amount of money.
If you've noticed, the Dusan news completely quiet.
Nobody's gonna buy him.
They
I mean, it's the honest to God truth. And if anything, it's in Juve and Dusan's best interest for him to ball out next season so you can sell him.
Jeff saying Kane roughly 75 to 80.
Kane, not Keen.
I said Kane. Okay.
Boise Keen, 80 million striker. Let's
just
go.
Wait. I'm going to be called ignorant because I mispronounced the name.
I know. How could you, Dave?
Okay. Sorry. So Kane roughly 75 to 80 mil. I think, I think realistically, that's probably what he'd go for. Going back to his English tax.
City and Kovacic.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they
All
did.
right. Chelsea's going to be bleeding again. Get Giovinco back. He's doing
Mighty Mouse. Yeah, he's a youth coach now.
Yeah, he's a youth. He's 42 or something, and not Fajoli.
Don't sell Fajoli. Frankie says he is my younger blood.
Okay, younger. That's allowed. It's your younger brother.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Cindy said to say,
would they even take him?
Probably.
And then LJJ. Fagiolo, Gatti, Locatelli will not be sold. The rest if the right offer comes in. Bone says Keane not for sale.
No, he's actually apparently one of the untouchables. We'll see.
And David says if we sell Keane for 80 million, UEFA will ban us for 15 years. And then he says no shot. LMFAO, he's 42.
42, yeah. See, there you go. I mean, if you're Ibrahimovic, you might have another season in
you might have another 10 seasons of like being on the bench.
Has Ibrahimovic, is he completely done? He's
officially retired.
He's not going to some rec league or something. He
is officially done.
Oh, Mr. Iliev is here. It's been a while. He thinks Weah will be awesome at UV. You should also consider Zimmerman, center back, also plays for USA.
Oh, come on. That's
Isn't that big white dude? Yeah.
That's bait.
I remember actually watching a game and just getting mad at Zimmerman for sucking so hard.
Yeah, that's bait.
I'm not even saying Key not for sale is another sign of Allegri staying. Truths. These are truths.
Yeah. Everybody's like, yeah, go punch it on Frankie. I'm like, that's 100% bait.
Yeah.
He's trying to tell us get Zimmerman. That's hilarious. You're funny.
He's always coming in with that nonsense.
Zimmerman.
And the Gold Cup actually starts. Is it today, tomorrow?
Garbage.
Yeah.
No, it started on Saturday.
Was it on Saturday?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is not even anything interesting. All the top 3 teams sent their C team.
Yeah, I know Canada plays Guadeloupe either tonight or tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Nobody
like
cares.
I was watching the U.S. Jamaica game and I practically fell asleep.
At least Jamaica's a half decent team. Like Guadeloupe, you want me to get excited over Guadeloupe?
No. You know, I saw this conspiracy, or not even a conspiracy theory, but this thing where like a couple of guys were like, "What if the Caribbean hosted a World Cup?" I'm like, bro, you know how much of a logistical nightmare that would be?
That would be atrocious. That wouldn't. How would you work that?
Man. We have no
How?
stadiums. You're coming here making the stadiums, and we have no logistics to get you between the islands. Coming in here with the bombaclat ideas.
They'll have just like those little fishing trolley boats just putting between each island.
I know.
Oscar coming in. How's it going, bud? You done? Are you done school yet? You on holidays?
It's like midnight in Denmark right now.
Yeah, I hope you're on holidays now, man.
Yeah, I hope you're sleeping, bro.
Against Honduras, though, so nothing major. Okay, Honduras, nobody cares about either. While at it, go for Tim Ream. I don't even know that name. Another American, I'm assuming. But Oscar is asking, are we happy with Rabiot? Overall, yeah. I think it's good.
I'm happy with the Crazy Horse coming back for another year.
Yeah, I think in terms of business sense, in terms of, Allegri, the money situation, it's the right decision for where we are at the moment. I know people.
Oscar says he's studying for an exam at 1 a.m. while listening to us. Hey, you can't blame us if you botch that test.
Something tells me he's just a stud, and he's got this one.
I'm a stud.
Yeah, bring it up. Get the sound bite.
So much work. I have the soundboard, Dave.
It's not set up. Relax.
I'm a stud.
There you go. You got it. That's for you, Oscar. Jeff's saying, scratch that. I feel like Ibra can become the top goal scorer for MLS again.
I don't think so. Josep Martinez is just ridiculous.
MLS, and MLS has been improving year after year. It's not like you can just parachute into the MLS anymore and expect success. Bernadeschi as well as Insigne are learning that very difficultly right now. And we'll find out about Messi. That's going to be interesting with Inter Miami.
Yeah, Messi. Oh, my goodness. He's going to coast. 100% coast.
He's been coasting for years. LJJ is happy with Rabiot. Same boat, bro. Oh, are you studying as well, Jeff? Oh, you're doing your real estate. You're doing your real estate exam. That's right. You're still at that, eh?
He's gonna sell us a house.
I have moved too much. There is no house selling in the foreseeable future. I'm saying put.
MLS
care.
MLS though.
They have this is references, sir. Forget Messi. Chicharito is there. Yeah, he's such a fanboy. Oh, Frankie, it's good that you're not working for once, though, and you can actually join us in. We missed you. All right. So really, it was the two main topics. I really just planned the two main topics with the side roads that would eventually bring us back to.
we made an hour worth of content off of two topics.
Two topics.
You still have material for Thursday. That's just pure legendary status right there.
Yeah. We should though mention, especially now that Frankie's here, he just downloaded it last night. FIFA Pro Teams. We're finally doing it. We finally have the crew. It is on PC. I know that doesn't make the Xbox and PlayStation guys happy. It's not my fault. EA hasn't updated their game engine in 12 years. Nah, PC Master Race. It's true.
I know.
So far, me and Dash are in. We got Colin. We got Frankie. And our old friend, who we haven't seen in ages, it seems. But Zachy. Zachy said he's going to download the game as well, get involved. So that's 5 of us so far. KF Squad, you got PC you play FIFA on, or are you one of those like console plebes? Let us know. You should get on. Anyways, just search it up. Just Turin Giants. Just search up Turin Giants on the PC version of Pro Clubs. And we were there and we play a couple times a week as much as we can. Not everyone has to be there at the same time. You can just drop in with one guy. Of course,
do it on the Discord.
You do it on the Discord.
Yeah, do it on the Discord. Go in there and be like, hey, who's hopping on? And then you hop on.
Discord has grown a lot over the years, but it started as an alternative for game chat, because I don't know. Get the boomer nonsense through. Let's go. Let's hear the comments. Bones, get in there. But there used to be TeamSpeak, and what was the other one? There was a couple old programs, and they were real janky to use, like really janky. The interface was like from Windows 95. They were horrible, and you really needed to know what the hell you were doing to set up a server properly. Discord came along, completely changed things, and yeah, now we're using it now just for talk footy and talk nonsense.
Marian, we are in the process of recording live. We'll record some live. If we get enough people to play, we'll probably just slap a live stream on it and just.
Oh yeah, for absolutely. So you saw
Your
Frankie saying Skype. No, I never use Skype because it's trash. But no, we will. You saw that with the F1 stuff, playing with my buddies. We'll do the same thing with FIFA. Absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll have in there just remember, with every missed shot, don't swear or throw your controller at the wall, because we might hear it on stream. But no,
whatever. And yeah, obviously everyone, I can get like the Discord chat. I can take that audio and put it onto stream as well. That's a non-issue. You can hear everyone. Yeah, you can hear us swear and yell at each other and just be like, "Thanks for the pass, bro." You know, just normal soccer stuff. So he can't really join us. That's fine. Doesn't have to be. I mean, whatever. It could be a Wednesday, like tomorrow, if nothing crazy happens. Tonight, if nothing crazy happened, I was probably going to do an F1 stream and just. I mean, whenever, right?
Frankie, 6'5" Brazilian gatito is right. Yeah, I made him 6'5". Wow.
Where's this? Okay, KF is console, PS5. Yeah, figured.
Ooh.
Console guys, where are you at? We don't need them. And absolutely, by all means, use the Discord for that as well.
Yeah.
If you guys are on PlayStation, Xbox, I don't care, man. Like, use that Discord. The server's there for you guys to use, right? Get involved and turn Giants, the brand. We will support that. We'll put our name behind it if you want. If you want any support in
potential gaming spinoff. Dun dun dun.
We've talked and honestly, we have talked about the gaming side. I know not everyone's into it. I get that. It bores some people. Cool. But as a brand as a whole, and Fard had actually sent a message today. I'm an idiot because I read 2006. I'm like, old news, but it was 2026. The news is like basically the gaming section of YouTube is going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's a thing. We're getting involved more and more as the brand grows, as the channel grows, as we get, I guess, just better and more comfortable doing what we do. We can start doing more things as well. The monetization as well, like, obviously helps us to do more. But you guys have to let us know. You guys have been yelling at us since we started this about pro clubs. So it's been about 10 months. We figured out we're there. Okay, KF saying can smoke you guys across platform. That's a good point too. You can actually do just normal exhibition type matches. You can do Ultimate Team. That's all. You can do that cross platform. So again, that Discord's there to set that up as well if you want. I don't lock anything down, honestly. Like, if things get out of hand in the Discord, I might have to do something. But like, everyone has access to whatever. It's not like some exclusive members only, pay me $5. No, man, just get in there and use it. Emza, good luck for the next season, fellas. Hope you guys win it. Greetings from a Benfica fan. Oh, nice. Thank you. You must have hooked up with us, I'm assuming, whenever we did stuff with our good friend Adrian. You know, I gotta give him a call out. Adrian. He just redid his lawn. He's a grown-up man. He's grown up. He's grown up. He resodded his lawn. He's gonna get married pretty soon. He's a house owner, and he redid his lawn. I'm proud of him. It looks beautiful. He's got a balling little place there in Montreal. One-on-one cross-platform competition. We can definitely set these things up. We can, if the interest is there, it will be a thing. Yeah, 6'5". There it is. The 6'5" Brazilian Gatino.
I was looking at Chaos Guys like, Dash, I might not be able to meet you in person, but I will on FIFA. Mate, you asking for the smoke, because I've got nothing but smoke for you, mate. nothing but good old Manchester smoke, because that's all they have over there is just smoke. How foggy it is over there. So I got
It's from Leicester.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's in Manchester.
I know, but that's the idea. Manchester Smoke.
Okay.
It's just
English
trying to
reference.
do some English banter. Damn it.
English reference. I like this. KF saying Turn Giants FIFA Super League. We will call it the Super League just despite them. You might hop on FIFA tonight. Yeah, maybe. I still got to cook dinner. Do all that stuff. Feed the wife.
Okay, Calf wants to chop me in person.
Bones is on PS5. Nice. All right. And saying yes, sir. So coming in from Adrian's channel. So yeah, thanks. Thanks for joining in. And say hi to our good friend Adrian next time you're over there. We love the guy, and he is an absolute gem. Okay, so this is what you were referencing. Dash, I might be able to
Chop.
Is that roast you, chop you
Chop
in
pork
person.
chop.
Oh, that's actually what I'm cooking for dinner.
Speaking of that, you got to do that soon. It's almost 7:00.
Soon, yeah. LJJ is actually asking at Emza, are you happy about Di Maria? Actually, that's a great question now that we got a Benfica guy in here. What do you guys what does the Benfica fans think about Di Maria coming back? It's a chop. Okay. Yeah. Insert boomer jokes. It's fine. I don't talk in pictures. I talk in words. Like I might try you in person. I know you youngins. I try to keep up. I made sure to get the Mexican commentary though. In his FIFA game, yeah. And he's got pasta for dinner. Why you crying? What's wrong with pasta?
I'm not crying. Oh, he's crying.
He's
Frankie has no taste. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, man. Okay, that was a whole wall. I love how you guys didn't say a word for like 20 minutes, and you're just like bam, 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 throw everything in all at once. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is dinner time, guys.
it is dinner time. So,
but thanks for joining.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks everybody for joining in. Just remember, guys, do the like just so we can get pushed in the algorithm a little bit more because it is silly season and it is a little bit slow. So do the good old like a Rooney on the video, and then also, guys, remember we did launch our members. So if you want to join in, be part of the investment of the Turin Giants.
That's I mean, it's investing in the future of the channel.
You guys are investing in the future of the channel. So we've got our 3 tiers. We've got the hunchback, the old lady, and the giant. So
reference to the club, of course. If you don't understand the reference, I understand. I mean, it wasn't clear until I researched it myself. So the hunchback Il Gobo, that's just a nickname. It's very unknown exactly why hunchback is associated with Juve. I couldn't find anything solid. But obviously the old lady. And that's just because Juventus means youth. It's a play on words, the old lady. We actually have a whole video on this. I posted out months ago. You can check it out.
Yeah. And then I think the prices are the hunchback is 99 cents or $1. And then the other one, was it $2.99?
Yeah, $2. It's a $1, a $2, and a $5.
Yeah, $5.
I mean, we're just starting off. I'm not going to ask you guys for too much money. It's
no, not at all.
Reasonable. Like $1 a month. If you can throw that down, will be super static either way. It just helps pay the bills essentially. And Google takes 30%. So I mean, it really does help. The more you can just say, there's always the tax man. Not only does Google take the 30%, but you gotta claim the taxes on your income, so you get taxed again. It's ridiculous. So anyways, Jeff's about to bounce, play some soccer. Awesome. Nice.
I need to go do that. I'm late.
And KF is saying, oh, you got to do that. All right. In that case, I forgot. All right.
I lost track of time.
All right. Some music.
Alrighty, everybody. I'm going to do this quickly because I actually have to go. Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in for this video, guys. We talked about Weah and Rabiot. Not going to do big things. We'll probably be doing something on Thursday if something drops. Just remember, guys, like the video, share it, send to your friends, bring some other folks as well. We're funny. We tell good jokes. Also, join Discord, guys, because the chat is live. You get to see Masak and Vlad talk some intricate football topics because those two are probably the most knowledgeable guys in the Discord. So hop on there, guys. We'll see you later this week. And again, remember, call-in show on Saturday. Get some time off. Frankie. But anyways, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.
Love you guys. See you next